What's up, everybody? This is Prime Sports Media. I want to get into this issue right now. I'm sure you all have heard about this. We have running back Kavosiey Smoke. I want to put him up here. He came over from Kentucky, where he played his collegiate football before coming and transferring over to Colorado. Remember, he transferred from the University of Kentucky. And it looks like what happened over there for him is that they were stacked with a lot of other running backs that were ahead of him on the depth chart. I mean, he had some good games here and there at Kentucky. And I really thought that he would be a great contributor to the running game. And as we have already seen, it has unfolded. CU has struggled to consistently run the ball. We watched in the previous game against Washington State where it appeared that they just all in out abandoned the run all in all. I thought that Kavosiey Smoke would be a great addition to the team, that he would bring another element in the running game. And we were all very excited. Now, this is a young man, I believe, that was a senior when he transferred over. It looks like his whole senior year of eligibility, if I am correct, folks, and let me know if I'm right or wrong in the comment section of this video. It appears that Kavosiey Smoke's last year of college eligibility as a running back in some ways have been wasted because he didn't get any real playing time in the game. Very little playing time. Here's one look of him in a game, but he really didn't get much carries in some of these football games. I don't understand why this happened, as he was a very good touted high school prospect coming out of high school, and then making the move to CU when he decided to say, you know what, I'm going to leave and go to CU. And here's a great picture of him right here. And so Kavosiey Smoke has basically ring the bell. He has basically said, you know what, I'm going to expose a few things here, because obviously he's not happy with the playing time that he's been getting or lack of there. And so Kavosiey Smoke has jumped out the window and has made some candid statements on social media about how he feels about CU and his time there and what's been going on. So here he is right here. This is right off of this is on Sports, where he spoke candidly, blowing the whistle. And this is right off of his Twitter page, or X or Twitter. And Kavosiey Smoke said that Colorado running back Kavosiey Smoke says that the Buffs would be undefeated if they did not play selfish football. Whoa.
Tell the truth.
Whoa. What's going on here? Kavosiey Smoke is saying that they would have a better record if they weren't playing selfish football. What does he mean by selfish football? I'm going to read into an article to get some more deeper aspect of what Kavosiey Smoke is talking about. Now, this is key right here. He says if they did not play selfish football, do you think that CU and the players are playing selfish football? We see these guys every week out there trying to work hard to win a football game. Things are not going their way. We see Deion Sanders taking sacks and being hit and pressured because the offensive line just can't give him the time that he needs. Because why? I'm going to tell you why this is going to be a hard pill to swallow. I think Deion Sanders has been having these problems because they haven't been running the ball, which is why Kavosiey Smoke would have been a really good addition if they could have gotten him involved in the running game, along with the fact that they have Dylan Edwards, they have Anthony Hankerson, of course, Savion Washington as well. I think Coach Prime, for whatever the reasons, has not been able to get his running game to the level that it needs to be. I said this in my live stream not too long ago, that it seems to me, and I think Coach Hayes said this, so shout out to Coach Hayes, that when they're not running the ball effectively, Now it puts Shedeur Sanders in a situation where it's a 2nd and 13, a 1 and 16, right? Or not a 1-16, a 3rd and 16, right? So now they're 3 and out. And now when they're going on 3rd down, the receivers have to run deeper routes past the sticks. And Shedeur Sanders has to hold on to the ball longer because the receivers are running deeper routes because they're so far away from a 1st down marker. So instead of them running the ball with a guy like Kavosiey Smoke, getting him more involved in the offense, as well as Dylan Edwards more involved in the offense, running the ball, not abandoning the run, getting someone like a Savion Wilkinson more involved, and Anthony Hankerson more involved. And right here, a picture that you see of Kavosiey Smoke when they played against San Diego. I think this was Arizona State. I want to be correct here, Arizona State. This leads you to say if they would have just been committed to the running game, maybe Shedeur Sanders would be in a situation where he's not getting sacked as much, because now the passing game, okay, the routes that the receivers have to run would be shorter routes. And now if they're running shorter routes, Shedeur can get the ball out a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently. And now they won't have themselves in a situation where their backs are against the wall. Kavosiey Smoke had some things to say that I'm sure some people are not happy about him coming out and saying the things that he said here. He said, simply facts, bro. We could have went undefeated this year. Too much selfish ball going on, man. Can't win like that. Now, what he's saying is true. You can't win playing selfish football. This makes me wonder right here, ladies and gentlemen, about Dennis Thurman, the quality control. I think he's in charge of the quality control, I believe, of the defense. He's been with Coach Prime since they came over from Jackson State. And remember, he was candid in a meeting at CU where he said that 95% of the players on this team may not even make it on an NFL roster, let alone get called up to even try out for an NFL team. And he also mentioned things about poor practice habits that he has observed and players complaining about coaches. This is not something that I'm making up. This is something that Dennis Thurman, who's a part of the CU staff, said. It makes me wonder when a coach said that with his statue, because Dennis Thurman has NFL experience coaching, when you see someone like Kavosiey Smoke making statements like this. Now, you may say, oh, he's just saying this because he's not getting any playing time, so he's sore. He's being sort of like angry because he's not seeing any time on the field. So this is just a guy who's just doing a lot of complaining and huffing around and what have you. But we have to take heed to what Kavosiey Smoke is saying. Is there truth to it? Is there facts to it? This comes at a bad time when CU just lost to me, their worst loss since the Oregon game, losing 14 to, what was it, 54 or 56-14 or 54 to Washington State. Really bad loss, and a loss in which Coach Prime wasn't feeling that well, was really not in the best of mood or health that night. But they lost a really tough game that none of us saw this being as bad as it was going to be. Shedeur had to leave the game because of numbness in the arm. He had ankle issue, so he left the game, and things just kind of rolled downhill from there. But is Kavosiey Smoke, is he right? Is he telling the truth? I want you to leave a message on this video in the comment section. Be honest about your assessment. Let's go into what Kavosiey Smoke said further. I want to go further into this. We want to analyze this much, much further. So this was the article that broke it down further. It says here, no one else is saying it, so Kavosiey Smoke did. The former Kentucky running back has barely seen the field. And I want to put this right here because it's the truth. He has barely seen the field, y'all. It is the truth. It's not a lie. It's not a lie at all. Kavosiey Smoke has barely seen the field for Colorado this season, but isn't a fan of what his team has been producing this year. Because remember, Kavosiey Smoke played for a Kentucky team where there was some success there. Now, Kentucky's not a world beater in the SEC, but he had more success there than what he had coming to CU this year and not getting a chance to play in his senior year at all. Smoke believes that the Buffs could have done something special in Deion Sanders' first season in Boulder, but after Friday's 56-14, ladies and gentlemen, we want to correct that. They were beaten 56-14 by Washington State, lost to Washington State. The senior running back spoke up on the issue he's seen behind the scenes on his social media. I want to put that up there, right there. Let's go on with this. He said this. I want to repeat what I had said earlier. Simple fact, bro. We could have went undefeated this year. Too much selfish ball going on, man. Can't win like that. Gotta play and win as a team. But if you go the other route, you get results like this. Smoke tweeted this on his Twitter. You see right here on the screen. This is how he felt. He sort of blew the whistle, y'all. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but is there truth to what the brother is saying here? Is Kavosiey Smoke, is he being honest? Is this just a case of a player being sour because he didn't get playing time? And then the question is, did he not get playing time because he didn't have good practice habits or he wasn't studying well? What are the reasons why? We've never gotten those answers, but Kavosiey Smoke says this. Who is in his, now Kavosiey Smoke is in his 6th season of college football. He believes he is justified in his opinion after being waved to the sidelines after being a 1,500-yard rusher in the SEC at Kentucky over 5 seasons. Now he has 2 carries to his credit as a Colorado Buff for 2 yards. That would be right here, y'all. This is not, I want to say this right here. This is not, does not sound good. It does not look good right here. Only 2 yards in his time as a senior with CU. That is poor. That is really poor. What is going on with the offense? We've all been wondering if they can't run the ball, it's because they're not giving guys like this opportunity to carry the rock. Is that the reason? I want people to give honest opinions in the comment section of this video. He has 2 yards on the season and has even been converted to a special teams in his final year of eligibility. This is not what Kavosiey Smoke signed up for, y'all. This is not what he was expecting when he decided to come over to CU. And this is why he's frustrated and he's spilling the beans and telling it how he feels it needs to be told. Going on to say this, Kavosiey Smoke, even on social media, he has not been silent about his diminished role, should I say, on admittingly the worst team than he was on previously, which I said before was the Kentucky team where he played at Kentucky. And then of course he transferred over to CU. He donned the beautiful uniform that he was very proud to be a part of this team. And then he has not seen much of the playing field. And I'm wondering, how can this be when that is the one thing that CU suffered the most of this year, which is a lack of a running game, lack of commitment. It appears to me a lack of commitment to the running game, which in turn is causing problems for Shedeur because it's making the team and the offense one-dimensional. Now every team that faces CU this year knows all they got to do is pin their tails back and rush after Shedeur. Don't worry about the running game. When you don't have a running game, you can't commit to having a good passing game because you can't have play action off of your run for the passing game, and the passing game doesn't open up when the running back is throwing every damn down, and then every time there's a third down, Shedeur has to throw these deep down the field passes, and the routes have to be deep routes, which gives the defense time to get to Shedeur when Shedeur has an offensive line that is lacking in some skill sets here. I'm just being honest here. I think Kavosiey Smoke has a really good point. I'm sorry that it came to all of this. You all let me know in the comment section of this video how you feel about what I'm talking about right now in Kavosiey Smoke. Aside from his true freshman season, okay? Now, his true freshman season, that's the season that he had when he was with Kentucky. And I'm gonna go over this again. Besides from his true freshman season, Smoke was able to amass at least 220 rushing yards in every season he played in Kentucky. In 2019, he put up career numbers with 101 carries for 616 yards and 6 touchdowns while averaging 6.1 yards per attempt. That's fantastic. That, to me, deserves nothing more than a clap. Y'all, what do you think? So I want to know what everybody thinks out there. Leave a comment section. Is this him being a traitor to the team, or is this him being real and honest? But one of the other concerns I have about Kavosiey Smoke is you see him up here with me coming out and expressing how he really feels. What I'm concerned about that is how it will affect recruiting, because you know Coach Prime has lost a recruit, Sammy Watkins' cousin, Watkins Jr., who has decided that he's not going to go to CU. Then, of course, there's the all-athletic recruit, Butler. I hope he doesn't change his mind. Could this affect recruiting and potential players that would transfer to CU and play for Coach Prime if they listen to what Kavosiey Smoke is saying on social media, on his social media, about what happened to him as a senior in his last year, in which he's only carried the ball 2 times and was not properly, in his mind, utilized? Would this wear off the other prospects from wanting to come play at CU? It could have an impact. I don't want it to have an impact, but we got to be real. How do you feel about Kavosiey Smoke? Is he telling the truth about what he's saying? He's telling the truth so far. He only got 2 carries on the year, and that was in, I think, the Arizona State game. Very much a shame. Give your honest opinion on this video today, what your thoughts are about Kavosiey Smoke and him blowing the whistle. It does look bad, but we all have to admit that the running game was none and void. It did not exist. Even in the game against Washington State, we saw Savion running the ball well, and then they totally abandoned the run, got away from running Savion's more. And we all have been wondering what's going on with the running game. The thing about it, everybody, is not that CU can't run the ball, because they had the horses to do it. It's just that you have to be committed to the run. And if you're not committed to the run, then you can't have a running game. And sometimes you may run the ball and not get good yardage here and there, but you got to keep doing it and doing it, because eventually you may have some results. And with the running backs like they had, like Kavosiey Smoke, who came over, they could have possibly done some great things with this young man. I feel bad that he used up a whole senior year of eligibility in which he only got 2 carries. Who's the blame for that? Is it the coaching staff? Is it the position coach? Do we throw all this responsibility on the lap of Coach Prime, when the fact of the matter is Coach Prime is the head coach, and we have to admit that the buck does stop with Coach Prime and the decisions that they make? This can't continue to go on as they go into the next year. They've got to be committed to the running game. With that said, everybody, thank you for watching this video, Prime Sports Media. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. Clap to you all out there. Yes. Make sure you share this video on all your social media. Give me honest thoughts about what your thoughts about what Smoke came out with. He really shocked everybody. We heard this. To hear him say the things that he's been saying openly on social media. Give your opinions in the comment section of this video. Share the video on your social media and subscribe to the channel. I thank you all for being here. This is Prime Sports Media. Peace.